Now, to the other part of today's review, which is the final assignment. The final assignment, like I've said over and over again, I'm saying it, is critical. It's very critical to earning your certificate. And if you look at it closely, you would see that the due date for this assignment is 30th of October, is a final date for submission of the assignment. And that's the reason I want us to review the assignment together, okay? So for that reason, I have a sample health information management system policy document, which I have uploaded. You can look at that document very closely. I want to quickly run through the document now. So I will have to stop my sharing now and go to that document. I've uploaded it there. You can download it. You can use it. You can modify it to look like your own, what you want to do. So it's more like an expo now. It's a template that helps you to do your own. Okay, so let me quickly go through the template briefly. This is a live template. For your information, it's a live template. It's a template which we have developed for Prime Care Fertility Clinic Limited. Okay, so it's an open document. So, but we have it here on the learning management system. So this is what I want from you. You would have to change the logo of this document to look like the logo of your own facility. Okay, I think that's the reason I've placed in a Microsoft Word version of the document. Okay, so this is a document, a typical example of a health information. The policy document for this clinic is titled Health Records and Information Management Policy. I tell you in my close interaction, and I think most of you will agree with me, there's a very clear difference between what health records is and information, health information, okay? Remember, when the records are processed or the data is processed, in this case, we're looking at health records as health data, okay? Also, the very raw form of it. And then the information is that which has been processed. For example, reports, okay? Hospital information reports, like we tried to describe last time. You produce a report for management review. That forms information for that clinic or for that facility. And so that kind of information also has to have a regulatory policy, you know, for that facility on how it is managed. Okay, so it's very important. And the reason we have decided in Prime Care, so the difference now is if you are in a facility and you don't generate information, perhaps you don't use EMR, so maybe mainly you will be dealing with health records. And so maybe you will decide that the title of your policy will be Health Records Policy, okay? So it depends on your facility and what you do there and what you think you'll be doing. And so if you want to give room for future development, you may as well decide to adopt the same policy title, Health Records and Information Management Policy. Okay, and so we put HRMP there. Very importantly, you have this document reference page. It's a very important component in setting up a document policy. It's called a document identifier. Also, it's a client in which you see the reference of the document. This is PCFC, meaning Prime Care Fertility Clinic. It is under the Department of Customer Service, and the document is the HRMP document, and it is produced in 2021, and it is the first version. Okay, so that's what all that means. Again, the version is clearly stated here. The date that it was ratified is in August 16th, and then the next day it will be reviewed is after 3 years. So in September 2023, we hope to reuse it. So depending on your facility and what you do and how you think and what the governance structure is, you may decide to review it after 5 years. But we feel that after 3 years, there'll be a lot of changes that would have occurred in the facility. And so we want to review it after 3 years. A lot of changes would have happened within a year. So we can put them together and make a huge review on the document after 3 years. So for us in this clinic, we think that after 3 years to review documents is the best. So you may wish to decide to use 3 years, you may wish to decide to use 5 years. So if you're doing it in 5 years, so it will be maybe September 2026, okay? That's when the document will be reviewed. So the authorizing director of this document is a clinical director of clinical services in this clinic. That's his name there, Dr. Williams, SA. or Monigo. Okay, so that's it. And the policy author is the head of customer service and information manager. Okay, she is Mrs. Eunice. So that's how this document is generated. And this same information, remember this document was or is being developed from a document we selected as our document that will be a guide for us. So it is that document that I used as a guide to develop this one, okay? So I will urge you to also go back to that reference document. It is the NHS document, okay, that is there, it's uploaded as one of the reference documents. So please go back to it, make reference to it, because in this document, I have deleted a lot of things. And because it is not related to the services and structure and functioning of this clinic. This is Prime Care Fertility Clinic. You would see that it is mainly focused on fertility services. So most of the things that were discussed here are on fertility care, okay, assisted reproductive technology. So there's a note of warning, it's there in the original document, and we just decided to keep it, okay? We've been able to modify that. So I have this template, you can use it if you want, but you can also, please remember to refer to the original document, okay? Where we have all agreed to use as a template for this course, okay? So I made my summary like this in the same pattern of the original document. I didn't change anything much from here, but you can change as much as you want from here, okay? As much as you can change. The document is editable, so you can do that. The very first important thing in the document is executive summary, and then we have summary and aim, and then key requirements. You may decide to choose any format you want here, but it is important that this particular component of the document is there, okay? So that's very important. So every component you see here are very essential, okay? Table of content is supposed to be there. If you have made changes in your document, you can come to this, okay? This is the table of content, is automated. If you don't need to modify anything here because it's automated, okay? So you just make your changes here. When you're done, you come back to the table of content and try and update. Very easy to do. You just place your cursor on it and right click. Place your cursor on it and right click. When you right click on your mouse, you will see update field, okay? So you just select this update field, this dialog box, and then you choose update page numbers only, update entire table, okay? I usually like choosing update entire table, so I say, okay. So if there's any updates in the document I have done while modifying it here, it will just quickly pick it and then to pick the header and put the page numbers. So that's a trick around this table of content. It's important. We learn a lot of things every day. I hope this is quite useful to you. So don't touch anything here. Only come back here, right click, update field, and that will be good, okay? So this is where you update. Very importantly, there should be an introduction, okay? So this is where I want you to pay attention. In this document, I have Prime Care Fertility Care, Fertility Clinic, okay? So you can decide to find all Prime Care Fertility Clinic and replace it with your clinic name, okay? Very easy, but you have to read through, okay? Please read through, it's very important. I've done some modification in the document. You will refer to the original one to, okay, to see what I have been able to, very minor modifications anyway. So first you have to introduce the document and then you tell us what the purpose of the document is, okay? And then, now this is a part of the document that we're talking about, policy document, because policy documents are developed on the basis of some existing statutory or regulatory documents. Any facility that is known to have a policy, one of the first things that happens to anybody who is looking at that policy document, or anybody who is informed of it, is aware of it, would first of all know that, okay, these people are actually aligning to relevant existing statutory, regulatory, or some allied documents regarding health care data and information management. So that's the first thing. And one of the very first statutory document is the National Health Act, the National Health Act is uploaded on this platform. Many of us, records professionals and other professionals, are not even aware of this Health Act, are not even aware that Section 24 to 29 of the National Health Act is talking about health information system and health information management. So that is a part that affects us, and we need to be aware of it. And putting up a policy document like this means that we are aware of it. So it's very important. Now, there are other important documents that are, related to setting up a policy. Again, we'll refer to the National Health Information System Policy 2020. It's not fully out, but we just hope it's going to be out as it is. The draft component of that document is uploaded online on this learning management system, and we need to make reference to it. Anyway, you'll be forced to make reference to it because some of the quiz questions would have to get you to go and look at it, okay? So it's systematic. And so that's the purpose of the document. And then now in section 3 is where the policy of the document itself now begins. So these are important components. You need to have it. And the policy begins with creating the patient records, okay? Because that's usually the first thing that happens. And of course, that's the first thing that happens to any health record or information manager in any facility. Mainly government facility, not private facility. Many private facilities don't have health records information managers. So people from everywhere, anywhere, somewhere, just come in there, take the position, and leaving us out. So these are some of the reasons we need to take this course, because interestingly, the certificate of this course is going to show that you have competency in developing health information system policy. Okay, it's very important. There will be key credentials on the certificate so that when you earn it, it is very clear to the person who is holding it that you have developed one policy document before. Okay, and of course, we want to try and ensure it. That's why we say it is very critical to earning the certificate in this course. Okay, if there's anything you're going to take home, this is it. Okay, so that those facilities that don't have healthcare records officers, they would not be they may not participate actively in this course. And for that reason, they would not be documented as facilities that have policies, because that's the direction this whole thing is going to lead us to, okay? So we begin with creating patient records. That's usually the first thing. And very interestingly, okay, we say the guidance for creating health record is set out in the standard operating procedure for health record keeping standards. So again, there is the policy document and there is the SOP, okay? So each component of the policy would have SOPs. Truth of it is, in this clinic where we have this document, not all of the guiding or operating or activities within the policy framework have SOPs, okay? So, but we needed to start from somewhere. Then we would now develop SOPs. Or I know that many facilities already have SOPs, but they don't have policy. So you need to link it up now. So all the areas where you have SOPs will now appear in this policy document. So they are now linked up, okay? It's very important. So, and then documentation for suite practice EMR. Okay, this facility actually has an EMR system, analysis, exporting of data, advanced analytics happens here also on the system. So you'll be able to do some things. I hope I'll be able to show you how the EMR does its own analytics, maybe in the advanced course. So the next important segment is record use and maintenance, okay? So there should be an SOP for the use and maintenance of this. Okay, so yeah, interestingly, this facility has those SOPs. Very simple one-page document. Okay, I wish I can show you how an SOP looks like. Maybe in personal request, I can do that. Okay, so I can do that. And standard operating procedure for archiving, okay, also available. So those are records, there is no SOP for this. And then training and support. How do you intend to train people on this document? and other aspects of the activities of the records department and information management. Training and support is very important component in any system and any organization. So it is always very important to capture it, okay? So how do you intend to do it? Is there a platform for it? Is there a system for it? Just like we're doing training now, it's a very important component in the system. All heads of department, this should be a trainer. That's one of the first things that you would be. One of your key responsibilities as HOD is you are a trainer. Okay, if you are not, at least you know where to get the resources to get people to be trained. For example, I don't see any reason all HODs should not have, hooked up on this. If you're not there, at least you would tell or request that your staff, your colleagues should be able to join this course, okay? So process monitoring and compliance, okay, right. So this has to do with the aspect being monitored. It's important to do M&E. This has to do with M&E now with your data, healthcare data management, and records and information management. Okay, so what do you monitor? Do you monitor scanning? Do you monitor? So yes, we just put up this monitoring. We do it quarterly. I think it's becoming cumbersome, so maybe we change it to, half a year. Okay, so that we do it twice in a year. You just select the frequency of how it's done. And if you have a committee set up, of course, who is going to present, who is the committee that's going to look at your audit report, your monitoring, and your M&E report of your data management. I hope we'll be able to take M&E in our next class. So we have a lot of references. I just kept these references like that because these are the references that were used to develop the document. And so I left it like that, but we'll go through it again. There are no reference document related to the National Health Act. So I will keep this as trapped for those who would actually follow this document closely. If you just copy this document and paste, and I look at it, I didn't see National Health, and I know that you just did copy and paste. And so your marks will be reduced. Plenty of people would have problems in this about, because we're going to look at it one by one. So these are the associated documents related to this policy documents, okay? The associated documents are usually the SOPs, okay? So if you have your SOP for this, you put it there. I removed all the links. If you go to the original document, I remove all the links because the SOPs are not uploaded. In those cases, the SOPs are uploaded. It's a very good practice to upload your SOP, okay? Very important. So the document also tried to, describe the roles and responsibilities of all the actors or stakeholders in that healthcare facility. In this facility, the chief executive and clinical director, and so he's responsible for this. The managers are responsible for that. Staffs are responsible in relation to the healthcare data management and health records and information management of that facility, okay? So again, the last part is definition of terms. And of course, if you look at this, we're looking at services in prime care. Look at what they do. Fertility counseling. So if you go and copy this and paste without changing it in your facility, it may not be a fertility clinic. And so you have to tell us what happens in your facility, okay? In this, they do fertility counseling, they do IVF, they do fertility investigations, they do a lot of things. I just decided to put this. They also deal with outpatient records, okay? They do tests from outside, they come in, and things like that. So I would like to be able to see those people who just copy and paste, put their logo, and then don't modify this. Sorry, you're going to fail, okay? So list of stakeholders who have reviewed this document, okay? So I have some. I myself have reviewed this document, the QMS consultant at that hospital, that clinic, and then they also have the health record officer who has also helped us to look at this document. It's important to mention things like that, okay? And you can mention as many as possible, okay? There's no limit to the number of stakeholders who have reviewed the document. The more people who have reviewed the document, the better for the quality of the review. 2 good heads, okay? Better than none. So it's important to always send your document for review, okay? So, and then you state those who review. So that is a document. So let us assume you have completed this document like this, and before 30th, you want to upload it on the system. Now I need to go back again and share so that we see how this document can be uploaded, okay? How you submit the document, how you submit your assignment, okay? So submission of assignment is on the platform. Again, you come there, it's submitted individually through your account. You log into your account. If you look at it, I'm logged in here as Stephen Harty. I created an account for myself, so I can be using it to demonstrate things for you. You come to final assignment submission. The main assignment is a customized health facility. It's to be submitted here as uploaded Microsoft Word document. Remember, it's not going to allow you to upload any document that is not MS Word. That's just the point. The system is already set for it. So first thing to do is you click on this Facility Health Information Management Policy. So click on it and it will take you to the submission page, and then you will see add submission. Okay, it will see time remaining 20 days, 11 hours, no attempt, not graded, due date 30th, last modified, no submission. So now I want to submit. Let me try and give an example of how to do the submission. So add submission will take you to the point where you can submit your assignment, okay? The maximum file size is 500 MB. The Word document is not supposed to be more than 500. So you can drag and drop your file here, okay? You can say add files from here, okay? You can decide to open your window and look at, so I'm dragging a file from a folder like this into it. So, okay, so that's a prime care fertility. I'm doing it, so I'm just moved it, drag and drop into that box. So it becomes an easy means, and you will see that my document will be uploaded. That's it, it's uploaded. And then I will say save changes, okay? Save changes, and that automatically makes it possible. So I'll come back to the status of my submission here. So it brings you back to your status of submission here. And then you see that file submission, October 9th. It will also tell you the time that you did it. And then if there's any comment from submission, to show it. If you decide that, oh, what I have submitted there is not good enough, you can remove it, you can edit it, you can resubmit your assignment again. So you have opportunity of resubmitting again until that last day, due date, 30th October, okay? So very important to note, if you have put something there and you just realize that it's not correct, you have to make some modification. You'll feel free, go up there, remove it, upload the correct one, okay? So you can click on this remove submission. It will help you remove it. You want to do this edit submission, it will help you do that. So, or you just come in here, you can see make changes to your submission. That's what it's saying here. Once this assignment is submitted, you will not be able to make any changes again, okay? So once you click submit assignment here, you will not be able to make any more changes. So I advise you, if you submit it earlier, you leave it. If you're not hoping to make any change in the future, you just leave it. So on the 30th, you do it. But if you're sure of what you have done, I will click submit assignment. So I'm submitting my assignment, okay? So confirm submission. This submission is my work, except where I have acknowledged the issue of that. Are you sure you want to submit the work? You will make this. Yes. So you check this, and then you continue, okay? So finally, your assignment has been submitted, and there will be no further modification to it, okay? So that's a process, very easy to do. I have submitted my assignment. I'm eligible to earn a certificate, So please, Dr. Harty, try and get my certificate ready. So if you look at this, if I come back to final submission of assignment, you will see submitted 9th October. This box was automatically checked. Now, let me tell you something about this platform. If these boxes are not checked, it means that you have not done it. You cannot check the box yourself. The box automatically checks if you have gone through this. It helps us at the back end to know who have actually participated. And in fact, you will not be able to proceed to the next stage or earn certificate or earn completion of course if you don't touch on those on those. So you have to touch everything. For example, look at this, it's not checked. It's because I've not touched it. I haven't visited it. So I have to visit it. So it's a requirement for you to visit it, download it, look at it. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Intuitive interrogation, that's what we did. That's a course, that's a material. Okay, so the videos are very important. I'm going to put a video, otherwise this presentation does not really make a lot of sense to anybody who's just looking at it. Okay, so we'll put up the video, please. Be patient with us. We'll do it before the end of, before we say the course is closing completely. Okay, so even after submission date, if all the materials, videos, and all that are not put, we will not close the course. Now you see, module 5 presentation is checked. Now it means that I have opened it, I have looked at it. If you have not done it, it will not check. And if it's not checked, you can't move further. So these are part of the requirements that helps us know that this candidate has actually come to the course, has taken the course, has participated, has touched things, and has submitted assignment like this, okay, has looked at the template, okay. I have not looked at the template. I was actually looking at the one from my system. So if you have to look at the template for this to check, you have to click on this sample, download it, make use of it to prepare your own assignment, okay? So ladies and gentlemen, it's been an hour of talking, and I think this has been very useful to preparing to submit the assignment. The assignment is 30th October, due date. You can struggle to submit your assignment even before you do your quiz and all that, because this part of the course has been sufficiently dealt with for everyone to be, competent enough to develop a policy, a document, okay? So this is a take home for this course, and we hope you'll be able to manage it